Yo guys, what is up? Ang pala si Vatro. At bago natin kitain si Professor Pig, gawa mo tayo ng assignment. Pero ang unang gagawin natin is magbenta ng mga gamit para mabili yung kailangan natin sa assignment. Sa pagkakaalam ko, Thunder Brew Potion yung kailangan natin.
We have everything a young student might need when it comes to potions. Have a good look around.
Marami maibebenta natin dito. Pero wala naman din tayong choice kundi magbawas. Siguro okay lang. Ito nabili natin.
A wise decision. Thank you.
Tapos, ang mission natin ay gamitin yon sa kalaban if di ako nagkakamali. Against enemies, okay. Siguro ma-earn pa naman natin yung... Ay, nangyari. Ma-earn pa naman natin yung pera na yun. Hindi ko lang alam kung tama ba yung pagkakamit natin o mali. Hanap lang tayo kalaban sa map. Ooh.
There's no telling what lies in wait for me in there.
Ayun, may nakita na ako sa map.
Yes!
Ooh! Dapat ang kalaban, sayang.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide.
Hindi natin kailangan problemahin pa yung kalaban. Tapos na tayo dito. Return. Nag-fast... No, ba't nandun pa rin yung usok? Okay, nag-fast travel lang tayo sa pinakamalapit. Itong kay Professor Sharp. Mali. Pababa pala yun, hindi pataas. Yan, sabay-sabay muna tayong mahilo. Parang mali nga yung inanuan natin. Mali nga yung natin fast travel. Ito yung ayaw magbigay ng grade.
Have you finished your assignments?
I finished the tasks, Professor.
Well, well. I trust you are meticulous in your efforts. After all, shortcuts only ever lead to shortcomings.
Yes, sir, of course.
Good. Ordinarily, I'd say it's not my concern either way, but you... I want to make sure you're well prepared. Talent and resolve are a potent combination. It would be a shame to let that go to waste.
Thank you, Professor.
Don't let it go to your head.
Opo.
Now,
Knowledge yan.
let's see how you fare with Diffindo. Wand at the ready. Focus. Diffindo can be dangerous if you're not paying attention.
Window.
Very good.
Parang na-atake natin yung kakampi natin.
It's a pleasure to have a student who actually heeds instruction.
Incendio.
Alright, on to our next assignment, which is acquire venomous. Acquire? Hogsmeade. Build tayo ng mga halaman.
Come on in. Healing potions are a speciality here, should you need it.
Tingnan nga natin to. Ito yung sabi sa map eh. Yung tong dogweed na to. Just lang oh, mamadali ka na. At pag kailangan natin bumilis, tumakbo. Oh. Yung mga balto. Bumilis natin tumakbo dun ng bagal. Kung nasa loob naman tayo ng Hogwarts, ang bilis.
Revelio.
Watch yourself, though. Can't leave here alive. You're a force to be reckoned with, aren't you? Scaring all the goblins away.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Whew. Sorry I'm in a bit of a tizzy. I was just scolding some of the plants for spitting and nipping. I suppose it's my own fault for putting more than 4 to a tray. By the way, Beatrice Green is the name, but you may address me as Madam Green.
Madam Green. Ayun yung nasa likod na yun yung kailangan nating...
Mind you don't knock the mandrakes. Oh, if there wasn't the constant demand for antidotes, I wouldn't need to stock so many of the little dears. Except, of course, for curses. And, well, if you've been petrified, then obviously you've come to the right place.
Pero matatanda natin yan
Mind you don't knock the mandrakes. Oh, if there's an uprooting, you'll be the next one to drop dead, and I'm in no mood for a clear-up.
Magastos to.
What do you have for sale?
Venomous yan.
Your things will be safe with me until they're sold. Then you'll have to make do with money.
Nabibenta natin yung lahat ng gamit natin. Hindi kasi tayo masyadong nagpapasyal.
Oh, I'm always thrilled when a young one makes a wise purchase. I can tell you'll go far.
So, okay. Butas ang bulsa talaga natin. Kailangan natin hunt siguro dito. Nain ng lugar. Kasi na natin pwede gamitin yung ano. Venomous. Uy, putang na mo. Hindi pa rin natin pwedeng gamitin yung ano natin. Yung broom, pwede na. Hanap tayo ngayon ng halaman. Pinakita na akong dalawa. Dalawa.
I'm for a bacon and mushroom stew. Not quiet enough.
Assignment's all finished.
You'll pay for that hideous destruction!
Incendio. Expelliarmus.
I won't rest until
Revelio.
Okay, what do we have here? $15, boy.
Defendo. Expelliarmus.
May isa pa.
Confringo. Incendio.
There's a victory that came none too soon. Ugh.
Oy, may lumalabas na mga...
Revelio.
Okay.
You're there.
Kailangan natin bumalik ng Hogwarts para sa mission. Diyos ko, napapagastos tayo ng malala dito. Ay, punta na nga natin to. Para next time, kumbaga... maano-ano natin to.
Seems like a quite... I heard something.
Wait lang, may kalaban.
No one hides from me!
Was that meant to be an attack of some sort? Protego. That was a mistake. You'll need to be quick. Incendio. Defendo. Rookwoods don't go down easy. Confringo. I could do this. Expelliarmus. At least give it a bit of effort. Incendio. Incendio!
Mali.
Confringo! No! Incendio! How does that feel?
These mobs have seen better days.
Oh, forever. Incendio! What a pathetic display! Pathetic! Is that all there? Protego! Confringo! Come now! You're embarrassing! Repulso! Expelliarmus! That's the best you can do, is it? Revelio. Oh, it's actually quite beautiful. Confringo! Perhaps...
The beasts around here can sleep a bit easier now.
Oy! Hindi natin siya makapakawalan. Ano tong lugar na to? Oh. Ay, parang may ano pa dito. Paano ba natin pupuntahan yun?
Revelio.
Wala, hindi pa pwede. Punta na muna tayo sa quest natin. Hogwarts. Ayan na. Sana worth it yung ginastos natin dito. Ito yung para mga bola umaatake. Yun na yun.
How wonderful to see you again.
Balik ka muna dito sa pwesto mo. Balik. Dali, mag-mission na kami kay
I've
Professor.
completed my assignments, Professor.
Pleased to hear it. Professor Weasley will be too. I'll be sure to let her know how well you're coming along.
Thank you, Professor.
Professor Hecat tells me she taught you Levioso, so you should be ready for a more advanced levitation charm. Wingardium Leviosa requires a bit of concentration and a nice,
Parang
graceful
upgraded
wand
version ng
movement.
Levioso,
Let's see
okay?
you try your hand at it.
Okay.
When executed correctly, you should be able to pick up boulders as though they were sprigs of sneezewort.
Advanced Levioso. Wingardium. Saan yung Wingardium na yan?
Wingardium Leviosa.
Pure and natural.
Okay. Okay, gets
Well done! Feel free to practice Wingardium.
Professor Garlick, a moment of your time?
The plants are resting, so now's as good a time as any.
I was wondering, what made you want to teach herbology?
How lovely of you to ask. I've always had an affinity for greenery, so this situation is a bit of a dream come true. After graduation, I was thrilled to be asked to step in for my old herbology professor. He'd had a slight accident, you see.
Oh dear. A shame for him, but it worked out well for you.
Well, he never cared, but really cared for the plants, and they could sense it. Oh, you'd be surprised how perceptive a plant can be.
Oo nga, very
At any
useful.
rate, the trouble
Minsan kasi
began
may
one
mga
day when
hindi
he cut
effective
into a
yung
wigan tree. Unfortunately for him, its leaves were
magic.
hiding a bone
So, kailangan
truffle.
natin ng
You may
help
recall
ng
the
plants.
marvelous creatures that resemble a twig. The little beast gouged the professor's eyes quite fiercely, but terrifying, I'd imagine. Likely for the professor, too.
And that's when you took over as the herbology professor.
Well, not quite. After 3 weeks at St. Mungo's, my predecessor regained a tiny bit of his eyesight. He insisted on returning to the greenhouse. Within a week, he claims by accident, kicked a Chinese chomping cabbage. So it was back to St. Mungo's for him.
Ano nangyari sa kanya?
What a string of bad luck.
Hindi ko alam kung...
Well, I felt awful for him,
Sa
but I
monitor
dare
ko
say
ba?
I
Pero
felt a bit
parang
more
hindi ko
sympathy
trip
for
yung
the cabbage.
pagpalit-palit niya ng kulay.
Upon his discharge from the
Parang
hospital,
ito
his
sobrang
indifference to plants had
white,
turned
tas
to
biglang
utter
nagiging
disdain. He lost what
orange.
little
Ay,
patience
no,
he had
tignan mo,
left
biglang
with a
nagbal-
particularly temperamental venomous
Or
tentacular,
siguro
and
sa sunlight lang yun dito. Since
his
nasa greenhouse naman
resulting
tayo.
leave of absence continues to this day.
I had no idea. How awful.
Last I heard, he'd gone to Romania. As rumour would have it, he developed a sudden interest in dragons.
Nagbago na
One
yung
can
interest niya.
only
Ay no,
hope he
biglang
found
nagbago na
more
naman yung
happiness
color.
working with them than he did with Flora. Ha! Lovely speaking with you. Have a wonderful day. Oh, and remember, be kind to your Wigan trees.
Alright. Completed assignments. Napakadami na. So magtitingin-tingin na tayo dito sa collection. Blah 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 blah. Hindi yan ang kailangan natin. Ba? Ay, nako po. Dragonhide Protector's Clock. Napakalupit. Claim reward. Alright, alright. Sa quest naman natin, ito. Ay, nako. Top of the clock. Medyo maganda to, no? Legendary Mask. Tingnan natin. Let's see. Clock nga pala yung nakuha natin. Dragonhide. Gusto ko yung style niya, pero brown kasi. Which is, hindi ka trip mo. Tingnan na po natin. Maganda na yung kanini. Tingnan mo yung ganyan. Itong bagayan na lang siguro natin. Bagay naman na yung gloves. Ngayon, para sa mission natin. Ano to? Ito. Kay Professor Fig. Finally! Kay Professor Fig na tayo. Para di tayo mahirapan, siyempre gamit ulit tayo ng map.
Not sure why she'd fuss so much. It was only one page in a book.
Nasa baba nga pala si Professor Fig. Gusto tayo gumawa ng mission nung nakaraan. Oh, dito. Taas to.
Revelio.
Ano ba tong mod na to? Wait lang.
Accio. Lumos.
Taboy tayo.
Revelio. Lumos.
Kaya to.
Revelio.
Professor Fig, long
I
time no
was
see.
hoping to see you.
Hoping andito na kami.
You're back.
Finally. Minister Spavin talks more than he listens. Ranted on and on about rogue dragons. Wouldn't listen to a word about goblins. Speaking of which...
Listen, Professor. So much happened while you were away. I received a flurry of messages from Professor Black's house elf, Scrope.
Scrope sent you messages?
Yes. I thought it was odd too. He asked me to meet him and then told me to take the toast.
Why would you want to take toast?
To a cave under the lake. That's where I found Richard Jackdaw's ghost.
Who on earth is Richard Jackdaw?
He was a student here long ago. Anyway, he told me about a secret cavern. I went there, and right next to Jackdaw's skeleton, I found the missing pages.
You found the pages?
I did. And because Jackdaw had followed the map they contained, when I found the pages, I found the location on the map. Believe it or not, it's a room below Hogwarts.
Why am I not surprised? Shall we?
I was hoping
Kailangan nga
you'd
pala
say
natin
that.
bumalik doon
Oh, and we'll need to bring the book.
na kompleto na yung libro. Pero gagawin natin yun nakasama si Professor Fig.
The room is called the Map Chamber, by the way. And the portrait of Percival Rackham awaits us there.
Oh.
Professor Rackham. I look forward to meeting him. How did this Jackdaw get the pages from the book?
Evidently, Peeves stole them, and Jackdaw stole them from him.
Oh, Peeves.
Sana wala na tayong makalaban dito. Ito na.
To
Founders.
It was beneath us all this time.
Founder, lumabas kayo. Pakita kay Professor Fig. Pakita natin yung malupit na discovery natin nung wala pa siya. Ito na.
This looks promising.
Sana walang matong mangyari. Kung sirahan ko, walang kung ano-ano. Lalabas na yung mga founder. Ay, Mamoon. Parang bulag na nawawala si Professor Fig.
A map. There's Hogsmeade. And over here, the Forbidden Forest. And, of course, Hogwarts. It's magnificent.
Yan na makikita nyo na yung mga founder. Lalabas na sila. Para mga gangster. Professor Fig, I present to you.
If only you were here to see this.
Ayan na. Ayan na, ayan na.
Hello, Professor Rackham. We've placed the book on the pedestal as you asked. And this is my mentor, Professor Fig.
How do you do, Professor Fig? And you, my young friend, see now why you needed to return with the book?
I do. I also see why you refer to this room as the Map Chamber.
That you have come this far tells me that you possess extraordinary magical ability.
Tama.
The potential and power of which will unlock, should you prove yourself worthy. The location of each of 4 trials will, in time, appear on the map. Trials that will test you and give you access to invaluable knowledge. Trials that you must complete on your own. Do you recall the pensive memory you viewed in my vault in Gringotts?
You and your friend Charles spoke of the Portkey, and of trials you'd created for one who could see traces of ancient magic.
Precisely. Charles is another of the Keepers, a designation we gave ourselves centuries ago, in light of the knowledge that we have been bound to keep hidden. Until, perhaps, now.
So, the passage from your ruins to Gringotts, everything in the vault, the restricted section, finding this room, none of these was a trial.
They were an important part of the journey, but they were not trials themselves. The fact that you have come this far, however, bodes well. The trials were designed to ensure that the power and knowledge we have kept secret for so long does not fall into the wrong hands. They will test your abilities, both innate and learned. But of equal importance, everything you witness as you complete the trials will inform what you choose to do with all that we share. You will need patience. The trials have much to teach you. It will take time.
I'm afraid we don't have the luxury of time.
We have waited this long, Professor Fig. Surely a few more.
Respectfully, sir, while I do not know the secret you keep, I do know that our young friend here has seen traces. Traces of a powerful dark magic being wielded by goblin kind. And we encountered an uncommonly powerful goblin wielding such magic as we prepared to leave your vault at Gringotts. We may already be too late.
This is grave news indeed. Young friend, do you trust Professor Fig?
I do.
Then, in the light of your considerable skill and all you have already accomplished, we shall begin. You will find the location of the first trial marked on the map below you. Whilst Professor Fig may assist you in locating the trials, they may be completed only by one with our ability.
Bigyan mo kami ng ability.
Shall we have a look?
Tara, Professor Fig. Tulungan mo kami kung nasaan yung mga trials.
I know that tower. It's not far. You may have seen it yourself.
Ito yung tower na pinunta natin kanina. I believe I have.
It looks familiar. Perhaps your young friend is more well-traveled than you might think.
As your mentor, the least I can do is go ahead to make sure it is safe. Join me as soon as you can.
You said that you know that tower. What can you tell me about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. I've passed it dozens of times. It's north of Hogsmeade. My recollection is that it seems abandoned. Clearly, however, the tower conceals more than meets the eye.
I'll find you at the tower as soon as I can.
Until then, be careful, and do not tell anyone where you're going.
Sayonara, Professor Fig.
How would you like to learn the knockback jinx Flipendo? Once you've completed the necessary tasks, come and find me in the greenhouse.
So anyway, 260 XP. Anyway, hanggang dito na lang muna.
It's time you learn Odysseus, the freezing spell. It is an efficient way to cool down a heated situation. But first, I will need you to complete a few tasks. Once you've done that, come and see me.
Yun lang muna. Peace out.